This one's so much easier. You're live, YouTube. Hey. All right, I have no idea if you can actually see me right now or if we're just recording for tomorrow's release of this flow. So good luck. And then I need to make sure media is up here. Okay, YouTube, we're live. Somebody's watching. It's also supposed to be showing at Saturday morning, 9:45. I don't really know how to use the whole schedule effect, so whatever. Hey, Facebook, surprise! I wasn't going to film for you guys, but I can't schedule it for tomorrow morning, but here it is. If you want to do it now, and then do it again in the morning if you want, okay? So we're going to do some yoga. We're going to do Gateway to the Lungs. And today I have with me my daughter that I call Sunshine on social media. You'll probably hear her other name as well at some point. Hey, Marlon. So we are going to do a flow today that is the gateway to the lungs. So we're going to really be focusing on how to open the diaphragm, how to get that chest to start to expand, the shoulders to open, and really find a little bit of upper body strength and upper body mobility. We are going to need some props today. So if you're watching and you plan on joining along, I need you to go gather some stuff. So I try to use some household items as well because I know not everyone has a yoga suit like set up like I do here at the house. So grab a chair. I have thankfully a padded kitchen chair, but you can grab any kitchen chair, any chair that's sturdy for you. Okay, we are going to be doing inversions today to basically turn our lungs upside down. They'll look very much like a tree. If you were looking through your body, your lungs look like a tree. So we're going to get that tree to breathe today. If you don't have a padded chair, grab a blanket. Grab one anyway, because they're nice for Shavasana. She's such a nice Vanna White back there. Do you even know who Vanna White is? Is that the girl in Middle Fortune? See, so old, right? All right, so then what I want you to do, hold up Facebook. I get this little reminder every once in a while there. Hold on. Hey. So the next thing as well that you're going to want is a yoga block, which you might not have. And if you don't, grab like a book or a box. I know you guys are shopping on Amazon and junk. Like go grab a box. It's not going to need to support your weight necessarily. It's just going to help you open up some of your body. Now, I do need something that can support your weight. So if you don't have a yoga block, then I do want you to grab something sturdy. It could be like a large weighted ball. It could be an air ball. It could be, I brought my jewelry box out because it makes a nice little yoga block substitute. So something like that, right? Something that's ish. Doesn't have to be square. It can be round. The other thing you're going to want is a bolster. If you don't have a yoga bolster, I have one of those like husband pillows that you read in with the little arms. They work great for what we're going to use them for today. And then also I have a large pillow out here. I have two mats because I was racking my brain trying to figure out how I was going to teach this class in like an hour and teach you all the things because I can't see you, teach you all the modifications and have everything going because I know some people are so visual that if I switch to another variation, I didn't want people to follow me unnecessarily if it's just not in your practice today. So Faith is going to be helping me out with modifications. She's in yoga teacher training with Jala Yoga and at the ripe age of 16. So she is going to be studying here with me and showing you some modifications so that she can keep that visual for people who need a little bit more support in your back bends and more support in your inversions. So keep that in mind. Again, this class is going to be available on YouTube tomorrow morning, but it's bonus for Facebook. I just figured why not? We'll just go ahead and film it. If you've had a week like I've had, if you've had a Friday like I've had, you might need this yoga as much as I do right now. Okay. So make sure you can hear me. Everybody give me the sound check. Yes. And give me the music check. Can you hear me? Camera angles are a little different today because you need to be able to see both of us. Okay. Everybody good on sound? Thumbs up, thumbs down. By the way, right now my buddy Marla is watching, and he's also a yoga teacher, one of my favorite. And he's got some yoga flows going on at the One Life Hagerstown streaming stuff. So go check him out because he's magical. So we're going to get started. I'm going to be on the front mat. Faith's going to be on the back mat. All right. And she's going to be doing your modifications. So I'll be taking you through things like upward facing dog. She'll be sticking with Cobra or Sphinx. I'll be going into full back bends. She'll show you supports, etc. Okay. We might switch on shoulder stand though, because hers is absolutely exquisite. So I'll let her show you the full shoulder stand and I'll show you the modification. Okay. I can get there. She's just way prettier about it than I am. So, okay, we're going to get started. Let's throw the hair up. Hopefully you've got your props. All right. You've got your chair. You've got your blanket. You've got a yoga block or two or something that closely resembles a yoga block in support. And you've got a bolster, which is like a thick pillow or a husband pillow. Okay. You don't need two of them. I have two of them because there's two of us. All right. We're good. Excellent. I'm starting my timer so I remember when to stop talking. Yes. Faith's like, can you wear that all the time? Okay, fine. All right, so we're going to start at the front of our mat. You're going to start over here too. Yep, you're going to follow me until I say otherwise. Okay, so we're going to start with a little bit of our Surya Namaskar. Get the body working, get the body moving. Remember, we are going to be working through back bends today and inversions. I'm going to show you all the modifications that I possibly can. Faith's going to follow those modifications as much as she can. So if you're needing a smaller shape or some more supported shape, follow her. All right, so let's start with our feet sits bones width apart. And go ahead and lift those toes. Let's not forget what we've learned the past few weeks, and then spread those toes back down like a fan. Take a deep breath in, let the hands energize towards the floor, spreading the palms. Go ahead and show me those jazz hands, folks. And exhale, sigh your breath away. Inhale, bringing that breath into the body. Exhale, sigh it away. Now, as you continue to breathe here, I want you to bring an image into your mind. An image of someone that for you personifies nourishment and love and compassion. And I want you to set their image, if you will, upon the mantle of your diaphragm. Right there beneath the heart, right there behind the lungs. And as you breathe in, I want you to let your body just feel the sensation of being in their presence, of feeling that love and nourishment. And as you exhale, start to feel the breath soften even as the spine stays straight. And let that feeling just overwhelm you in a sense, just filling the body, every cell with compassion from that person, empathy, kindness. Allow yourself to stay here for a few more breaths. And here together, taking another deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it away. Inhale, rising up through the hands, letting the palms touch overhead. Exhale, go ahead and forward fold. I have to remember there's a dresser there. Inhale, halfway rise, bending the knees if you need to. Exhale, fold. I'm going to step back so you guys can watch Faith a little bit more. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Hands come overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to repeat that. Inhale, rise up with the hands, with the heart. Exhale, folding, folding, folding. Inhale, halfway rise. Perhaps you put your thumbs at your breastplate and feel your heart press into those prayer hands. And then exhale, folding again, drawing the abdominals up and in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Good. And now bring your hands to heart center. From this point, press your heart into the thumbs. Feel the lift of the heart, almost that little tiny back bend above the rib cage. Tuck your tail under, press the heart even more. Press the heart, the chin can stay. And now exhale, fold over the body. Hands can float to the earth. Take a deep breath in as you rise back up to the full length of your body. And now this time on your exhale, hands to heart center, let them separate and come around to the sacrum. From here, as you inhale, press the hands into the sacrum, pressing the hips forward. Send the elbows back, send the heart forward. Let the chin stay in neutral if you wish. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Our first little mini back bend. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Feel the firmness of the legs, the solid keystone of the sacrum. And now fold on your next out breath. Letting the hands come to the earth. Take a beautiful breath in. We're going to stay down here for a second. Exhale, side away. Now inhale, rise all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Hands come overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's add a little bit more love to this. Inhale, rising up through the hands. Exhale, folding the body, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway rise, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Place the hands firmly on the floor. Now, options here. Faith's going to step back. We're all going to step back with the right foot. And then we're going to step back with the left foot. And now Faith's going to float to her knees, right behind me. She's great. I'm going to pop up so you can see her. And then she's going to lower her chest and belly down till it touches the floor. Good. From there, we're going to rise up, untucking the toes, pressing here into a cobra. Everyone together on this first one. Exhale, float all the way back down. Tuck the toes back under towards the shins, stretching the plantar fascia of the foot. Press back into a child's pose, but hover those hips high, and then press the hips high to the sky, down dog. Bending the knees if you need to. First down dog of the day, so go ahead and feel that pedaling of the foot. Take a glance back. Can you stretch your toes and place them down? Can you pump those ankles? And then settling through your legs, both at the same place. Inhale, look forward towards the hands. On your exhale, bend the knees and walk yourself forward. Inhale, halfway rise through the spine. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. And then exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to repeat that. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, send the heart forward. Exhale, folding, hands placed firmly into the floor. This time, step back with the left, and then step back with the right. Option here to follow Faith, dropping to the knees like so, and taking the belly all the way to the floor and the chest. Or take your chaturanga. Go ahead and inhale, halfway rise, and then exhale, fold the body up into down dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, look at the hands. Exhale, bend into the knees. Step yourself forward. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the hands up. On your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Pause here. Send the heart into the hands, the prayer hands. Exhale, fold. Hands plant to the earth. Everyone's going to meet me in Cobra. I want you to step back with the right foot. Step back with the left foot. And then take your knees to the floor. Melt the heart down between the hands. Once you're there, let the belly slide along the floor as you pull those hands back, like you're trying to shorten the mat. Elbows are back. Heart is lifted. Pubic bone presses down. Firm the feet into the floor. Stay here for another 2 breaths. Can you feel the lift of the spine? Can you open the gateway of the diaphragm? On your next out breath, sink your weight to the earth. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, and then on the exhale, press yourself back to child's pose and lift yourself up to down dog. Take a beautiful breath in. Send those tailbones up, sits bones up. Pedal the feet if you need. And then on your next breath in, look at your hands. Pull your heart forward. Step your feet forward. Inhale, this time hands to the sacrum. Halfway rise. Lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And on your exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job. We're going to repeat that. You can stay as you inhale, rise up through the hands, and then exhale, fold. You can stay in the Cobra version with faith, or you can go to Chaturanga. Everyone step the left foot back, right foot back. Are your hands spread? We've talked about this before. Now, knees can touch the earth, or Chaturanga Dadasana. Here, push the floor away. Pull the floor under you to lift through the heart, pressing those feet. Exhale. You can come back to child's and then press to down dog, or float right back to down dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. 2 more breaths here. Exhale. Send your ribs back towards your spine. Send your sits bones up away from your heels. On your next inhale, look at your hands. They are spread. Bending at the knees, pull your body forward. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, folding Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, overhead with the hands. Exhale, hands to heart, center. Inhale, hands rise up. Exhale, hands go down. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back to meet it. Now, from here, let's go ahead and everyone lower all the way to the floor with your knees already down or with your knees up, lower to the floor, all the way. Good. From there, keep those hands right where they were. Tuck your elbows back as if they were tied behind your back. Untuck your toes. Sits bones width apart. The tops of the feet. Press into the floor. Stiffen the legs. And then from here, roll the pubic bone into the floor by engaging your lower abdominal muscles. Now, rise up. Press, 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 press. We're cheating a little bit here. This is your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, the upward facing dog, but our thighs are on the floor. Do you feel where you need more power in your arms? Do you feel that you are pressing into the bandha of the hands? Those 4 corners pressed into the floor of that hand base. Keep that tailbone curled under. Roll the shoulders down and back. Hug the spine with the shoulder blades. That is where we are, but now we're going to suspend it. So go ahead and come on down. Tuck the toes under. Option as you breathe out to push back to child's pose or to push up and back to down dog. Everyone meeting me in down dog. And then take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe you sway your hips side to side here a little bit. Let that sacrum have some room to breathe. We're going to repeat that salutation one more time. But this time, if Chaturanga and upward facing dog are in your practice, we're going to think about that same upper body strength, but with the suspension of the legs. So go ahead and exhale, pull your body forward. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Deep breath in as the hands rise back up. Exhale, drawing the abdominals in towards the spine as you fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Find the length. Exhale, folding once more. Place the hands firmly. Find the bandha of the hands. So let's not even move yet. Find your hands. 4 corners of the hand base. Find the thumb pressing into the floor. It has a direct line to the lung meridian. Find the middle finger pressing into the floor. It's a direct line to the pericardium meridian. And find the pinky pressing into the floor, a direct line to your heart meridian. Step back with the left foot. Pushing the floor away, step back with the right foot. Take a deep breath in, lower to the knees if you need to, or Chaturanga Dadasana, floating, don't touch the floor, hover, and then pull your heart up through the frame of your arms. Legs are firm, pressing firmly into the tops of the feet. Deep breath in. On the exhale, sending the abdominals up, 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 pumping that diaphragm. Well, hello, Milo. I didn't know you were here. He's going to do yoga now. Pardon me as I start to sneeze. Inhale, look at your hands. And exhale, walk yourself forward. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold all the way. We must have interrupted Milo's nap time. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job. Now from here, deep breath in, halfway rise. Milo's just going to sit in the corner. Exhale, fold. Checking things out. This time, step back with the left foot. Step back with the right foot. Now, option here. Option here is to take the right knee down to the floor, just shy of the center line, meaning almost under your pubic bone. Then take your right hand to the center of your mat. Pivot your left foot around so that the inside rail of your foot is touching the floor. You got that? Great. And then we're going to flex those toes back, no lazy feet. Spread the plantar fascia of the toes. And then we're going to rise up and find this modified side plank. How's it feel? Good, she says. Milo's still just going to check us out. Now you have the option of staying here. If your wrists have been giving you issues, if weight bearing is an issue, then just press your hands into the floor. Find the bandha of the hand, find the thumb, middle finger, and pinky, and press. And almost like you're trying to gather up the mat under your hands slightly. Don't overexert it. Now, if your wrists are fine, go ahead and slide that bottom knee out, cross it over that foot, and find that lovely plank. And our body loves a good side plank to open up the heart meridian, to open up the gateway to the lungs between the diaphragm and the heart. If at any time you're like, okay, enough, Jay, that knee's right there to support you. Bring that left hand back around to meet the right. Settle the right back out on its side. Twist the body back around to this high plank, this Adho Mukha Dandasana. Now down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Inhale, look at the hands. Exhale, bend the knees. Hop, step, or jump yourself forward. It's your practice. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, Samastiti. Stay here for a moment. As you breathe, can you notice any change between the right and left lobes of the lungs? And through the diaphragm and the intercostals of the ribs? And do you feel that charged meridian of the right hand? Take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Now, you can stay right where you are. I'm going to switch sides. Okay, you can probably even stay right where you are if you want. You'll see her backside, but you'll be able to see her better because we're going to switch sides. Inhale, halfway rise, lift all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, now halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Step the right foot back. Take the left back to meet it. Float that left knee down towards the midline of the floor. Keep your right leg energized and press back into the heel like a calf stretch. Take the left hand, place it slightly centered to the mat. Now you're going to pivot, turn that right foot into the big toe edge. And then you're going to pivot, turn the hips, pivot, turn the torso, and find your modified side plank. For you here, it's not so much about the leg strength, the balance, or the core strength. For you, it might be, I'm just trying to rebuild my wrist strength. So find the bandha of the hands. Find the thumb, middle finger, and pinky pressing gently into the floor. Charge the lung, pericardium, and heart meridians. If it's in your practice, make sure you flex and strengthen that right foot, and then take the left foot out to cross over, finding your full side plank. If it's not in your practice to do so, or if you try it, wonderful, but you need a break, then you come back to that knee on the floor. Take another deep breath in, hollowing out that armpit, engaging your bottom waist. And now on your next breath, float the knee back to the floor. Float the right hand back around to touch. Left hand to touch. Good. Straighten out. And now this time I want you to put your knees under your hips. No down dog for this one for just a moment. With the hands here, middle fingers spread forward. We're going to do some work on those meridians. Have the thumbs facing each other. Good. Rock back like you're going to do a child's pose, but not quite. And then rock forward, stretching the wrist. Rock back, rock forward. One more time, rock back. Spreading the hands, feel the strength and the stretch of the wrist. Now, take the fingers east and west. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders, not wider than, but the fingers point east and west. Once again, put the bandha of the hand, so the four corners, and then you feel a lift of the palm of the hand as you press into the thumb, middle finger, and pinky. Now from here, rock back, rock forward. Rock back, rock forward. So some of this is prep work for doing things like handstands. We're not going to do a handstand today, but getting into some of these inversions, like the back bend we're going to do today, these are really important. Now, take the fingers south, meaning facing your knees. The rock is going to be very small. You're going to rock back, rock forward. Much smaller, right? She's like, yes. Mom, I didn't sign up for this. All right, now from there, go ahead and release. Sit back, shake the water off of your hands. How do you feel? Not too bad? Okay, good. So now we're going to move into the next portion of some of this work. We're going to go into some of our back bend work and shoulder bridge work. So, ready for that? Okay, great. So we're going to start with the shoulder bridge. It tends to be a little nicer for most folks. I'm going to pull a chair forward. You want to switch mats? Okay. So for the bridge or the shoulder bridge, or I keep saying shoulder bridge, but I mean a shoulder stand. For the shoulder stand, we're going to get into, actually let's start with shoulder bridge and then we'll get into shoulder stand. So I'll have the chair handy, okay? So just have it handy. You never know. And if you have sensitive heels or bony feet, just go ahead and place your blanket on the chair so it's a little more comfortable, but you don't want it to be slippery. So, don't have it to where it's all over the place. Maybe you fold it a little nicer so it stays put, or use a towel. Now, we're going to go ahead and come on down, make your way down. And have yourself, if you're near the chair, have yourself kind of close where you can hold on to it if necessary. You're going to gently roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time. And then from here, we're going to start with the shoulder bridge first. So have the feet close to your bottom and in line with your sits bones. Okay? And then from there, roll the shoulders down and back. And a little cheat that I like to use is while my feet are here, I'm not going to move my feet, but I'm going to just kind of pull the mat out from under me with my feet and feel how you kind of scoot yourself up an inch or two on your mat. And it just pulled all of your neck muscles and shoulder muscles down, right? Feels kind of good? Yeah. So I like to start there. And then you're going to tuck that tailbone under, or I should say through the thighs. You'll imprint the lower spine into the floor. Take a deep breath in and lift those hips to the sky. Now you can stay right there, or you can start to kind of walk your shoulders under you until you get to a point where you can maybe clasp your hands under you and push those hips to the sky. And breathe here. 5 deep breaths. Trying to keep the knees squeezing towards the midline of the body like you were holding a yoga block. You can also use a yoga block there when you practice this again. A yoga block is great for bridge, especially if you need to strengthen your inner thighs. Let's do one more deep breath in. Now, option here to immediately release your hands gently and roll down, or roll down on your arms and hands. Isn't that fun? And then start to gently walk the shoulders out from under you and let the hands relax. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now bring your right knee in, your left knee in, and give them a big squeeze. Nice and gentle. From here, we're going to go into our shoulder stand next. So your feet might go incredibly vertical, or you might find that you need the support of a chair. So to do this with the chair, you'll take your feet up onto the chair, and you want to be, like I said, close. So you have a nice 90-degree angle here, because I want you to get as vertical as possible. I don't want this to be an elevated foot bridge. I want this to simulate a shoulder stand as much as possible. So you want to get close to the chair. And then from there, you're going to press into the heels. Now, if you're doing it Fate's way, and you already know what a shoulder stand is, you send those feet vertical, prop your hands behind your hips, and voila. She's such a show-off, right? She probably can hold it the whole time I'm talking to. And without her hands, whatever. Okay, bonus points. Now, take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, press into the heels, lift the hips. Now there it feels like a bridge, but bring your feet back to the edge of your chair, and then push into the chair, getting your butt as vertical as possible. Keep your weight in your shoulder blades, at the tops of your shoulder blades, not your neck. And we breathe here. Nice and steady. Deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in again, deep breath out. One more time. Now very gently start to roll down through the shoulders, down through the waist, down through the bottom, all the way down. Good. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Here again, sometimes it's nice to just take your knees side to side, whether you're on the chair or you're on the floor. Just release that back a little bit. Everybody made it, I hope. We're going to take those as a good sign. We don't hear any complaints, right? Awesome. Now, take another deep breath in. Roll yourself all the way to your side. Good. Push yourself up, nice and steady. From here, we're going to go into a little bit of our supported back bend. So back bends are a lot of fun, right? And I love them, so we're going to switch mats again, because this is my jam, and Faith is still learning her back bends. So you're going to reposition your chair if you're new to a back bend, and that means, like, I'll show you in just a second. Let's set up the station first. So a chair with a blanket over it for a little bit of cushion. Here, your blanket can be folded a little bit thicker because you don't want the rails of the chair biting into the rib cage, biting into the hips. And then she's set up. It can be a yoga block. It can be I wouldn't do a ball here unless it's one of those heavy weighted medicine balls that won't move. You can put that there. Milo, you don't count. And then we have a block, and the block is set up to be lengthwise in front of her chair. So it'll look this way in front of her chair, okay? Awesome. So now what she's going to do is going to sit on the tip of her chair on the very end, and her feet can stay on the floor for the moment. Milo's going to help. He's going to be an extra bolster. Oh, 15 pounds of them. And now she's going to start to roll her tailbone under, roll her back, and this should catch her in a nourishing way right at the edge of her shoulder blades. But now her head's like, well, what the heck's happening? So she's going to let her head rest back on this yoga block or a jewelry box or whatever. And how does that feel? It feels great, right? And now she can put her feet up on the yoga block. And how do you feel there? And then she's going to open her arms. And now she loves life, right? Yeah. We do this in aerial silks as well. It's way more fun in aerial silks, but since all of you don't have one at home, you can't really do one with us. Now, Milo, buddy, you're going to need to move, okay? Milo likes to take naps everywhere. Go lay down over there. Okay. Now, let's set up for a back bend. And I know for some of you, a lot of the guys, when I say guys, I mean people, girls, ladies, women. Some of this stuff is new to you. Like you go to your classes and you don't touch back bends in class. So this might be like your first time trying it out, okay? So if you're doing a back bend on the floor, you're going to take your feet wide to either side. Now, if you're doing Faith's version and you're like, wait, I don't have it quite set right, make adjustments, okay? Don't be stuck. Don't let it hurt. If you need maybe an extra pillow on your block or a pillow in your jewelry box, whatever. Find your adjustments and then come back and join us. Otherwise, for a back bend, set your feet wide as your mat. They'll be wider than your kneecaps even. You ready for this, Milo? Okay. You're going to take your hands, and I want you to press them towards the sky, right? And then keeping those hands flexed back, like your fingertips are trying to come back towards your forearms, I want you to start bending your elbows and see how the elbows stay pointing towards the sky. Fingertips come back towards the earth. And then you're going to roll your fingertips down into the earth and then press the bandha of your hands into the earth, those four corners. Elbows are still high. Now, for some of you, this is going to be a lot of work already just to get into this shape. And then you start to press the floor with your arms. But before you do that, roll your tailbone up. Press your hips up into that bridge at least. And then start to push underneath of your hands. Now, for some of you, you won't lose contact with the floor today. Whatever you have going on in your shoulders and your wrists, just pressing into the floor from this position is strength building, okay? Be here and don't be ashamed of it. Now, if you're like, I can back bend all day. How you feeling over there? She's still loving life. Like if you're in this version, you could be here for 10 minutes, right? All right. Not the one I'm about to show you though. So if we take those hands up to the sky, feet are wide, and we take those flexed hands back. We flex the hands under. Middle fingers roll to the earth. Bandhas roll to the earth. Elbows are high. Shoulders are down and back out of your ears. Tuck your tailbone. Imprint your spine. Roll your hips up. From here, you're going to push the floor away. Pull your shoulder blades together towards your spine and lift. And then pull your chest through the frame of your arms. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now, if you are like, I got to come down, tuck your chin, look at the ceiling, bend your elbows, place the back of your head on the floor first, and then roll down through the shoulders, the waist, and the hips. Don't hug your knees in quite yet. Take a breath in and a breath out. Milo's going to make sure he's front and center. Now take your knees in. Give him a hug if you were in that back bend. You still good there? She's still good there. So if you are still good there, be good there. If you need to come up, you would tuck your chin towards your chest and use your chair to pull yourself up. Take a breather and then go back down. But you don't have to because we're going to back bend again. So Faith's like, I'm going to stay right here because it feels great. Now, Faith is an avid reader and mahjong player on her computer and has given herself a bit of scoliosis in the years past with her bookworm in the bed habits. So this might be a really great counter stretch for her. If you are like any of us who sit at a computer too much, slouch too much, sit on comfy couches too much, then you're probably going to really love this pose actually without the work of supporting yourself with your hands. Now, but if you're in it for the vigorous, come back with me. Middle fingers roll into the floor. Bandha of the hands roll into the floor. I'm going to press all of those meridians, thumb, middle finger, pinky. Roll the hips up higher. From here, I have to push the floor away and pull my shoulder blades together. The head just naturally goes with gravity. Pressing, 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 pulling the chest through. I'm trying to reach the wall behind me. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now tuck the chin towards the chest. Bend the elbows, land the back of your head gently on the floor, roll it on down. Stay here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then you can pull your knees to your chest. And then Faith can start to make her way up from the chair. Very carefully. Now, once she gets up there, she's going to actually hang her head down like she's going to do a seated forward fold. And just give herself a moment because she was in that inversion much longer. How does that feel? Like you can totally like limp doll over that. Mm-hmm. Good. If you're on the floor and you did the vigorous, you can just keep massaging that sacrum. Add that little gentle flexion in. Good. Excellent work. How does all of that feel? She's like, not too bad. I like it. Okay, cool. So from here, we're going to make our way up and we're going to need to get to a wall or a chair. So we're going to go into some shoulder stand work. So rolling up. I was teaching my other daughter this earlier because she wanted to know some stuff to do for her abs. And I was like, okay, listen, you don't always have to be laying on the floor on your back to work your abs. Okay, he's seriously super cute right now. So we're going to set the chair on the one end or the other, okay? Good. And in fact, set it off even further because I'm going to show you the land-based option of this first. Keep going, because you want your mat. You're going to do some walks. All right. So the first thing is first, I like setting things up for people before I tell them to just fling themselves up into a pose. So when we're going into our shoulder or like headstand work, you really have to think about the alignment component of it. So you're going to come down here too. We're going to set those elbows apart. Now when I say apart, I mean this. You see where you are, Faith. If I can tickle my biceps, then I am too far apart, okay? If I can wrap my hands around my biceps, I'm too close together. If I can cup my biceps with my thumbs, I'm great, okay? So it's a little bit like Goldilocks. And then from there, once I find that set up with my shoulders directly, or my arms and shoulders directly in alignment, I'm not in front of or behind them, then I'm going to take my hands out. Without moving my elbows wider, I'm just going to open the doors and then clasp the hands. And then I want you to pull the thumb bases apart. So you create this like little gate, if you will. Okay, like here's the church, here's the steeple, open the door, okay? So fingers are interlaced, thumbs are pointing up like the Millennium Falcon. And this is going to become the back of my head's cup, if you will. So you tuck your chin under, and you place the back of your head, like I'm holding the top of my ponytail in to that space. And now I could put my weight on my head, but I don't want to. I'm going to push the floor away, hollow out my armpits. And do you feel that, Faith? My head doesn't have any weight. I can move it around. I can talk to you. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right foot out. And I'm going to take my left foot out to meet it. And just there is a great place for some of you to be, especially if you're super locked up. But what if I tell you to start to tip-toe your feet towards you? And then tip-toe them back. Can you do it? Tip-toe your feet in. See how she starts to load her body? And then tippy-toe them out. How's it feel? Not hard. Now tippy-toe again, up, up, up. So she's turning her lungs upside down. So all of this stuck garbage in the deep parts of the lungs, like we can start to just increase this flow now. The lungs look like a tree when you flip your body upside down. So she's breathing into those deep, deep bronchioles. Walk back out. Good. And you'll feel the neck stretch and the upper body stretch, right? Okay, so take a moment to bring your head out of its cup and then take your knees to the floor. Take a child's pose for a moment, everyone. So options, you know I always teach in layers. Option to stay with that particular flow, that just simple little movement. Can I tuck my head under, line myself up correctly? Can I tiptoe my toes in towards my face? Can I tiptoe them away? Another thing to think about here. So cup the biceps, open the gates, clasp the hands, Millennium Falcon. Okay? Thumb bases are away from each other. My goalposts are up like I'm playing paper football things. Now, tuck the head under. I'm pushing the floor away, hollowing out the belly and the armpits. Take the feet to that plank position. I can't walk my feet in unless I engage the belt muscles of my waist and pull my belly button up and in. And then breathe into my back. Exhale, pull my belly up and in. Exhale, breathe into my back. Good. Or I said that opposite. Inhale, breathe into your back. Okay? How's that feel? Ready for more? So option to continue that. You're on your elbows. There are no wrist issues. You have your head tucked under. Do not put your weight into your head. It is all in your elbows and a hollowing of the shoulders and the armpits, like you're making big muscles. You ready for the next step? Okay. So Faye's going to show you the next step. We do this in aerial all the time. She's going to go ahead and find her setup. She's got her head tucked under. There's zero weight on her head. She's hollowed out her armpits. Now, when she takes her foot out, she's going to set it up on her chair. Yep. And then the other foot. And now she can just feel that she's now put more weight here. She can't quite invert yet. And then put your knee down and the other knee to meet it. How'd that feel? Good. Go ahead and bring yourself up. Now, she was able to support the plank, totally weighting her body in the upper body without any inversion yet. Did that feel pretty good? So it's like a next step up. Okay, can I weight my arms a little bit more? Can I take my feet off the floor? So use your option. Ready for the next? She's going to stay really close to that chair, like butt almost on it. She's going to find her setup with her elbows. Then she's going to find her gates open, Millennium Falcon, tuck her ponytail into the top of it. So she's right on the very top of her head, but she's not on her head because she's pushing against the floor. Now bring one foot up to the chair, right? She's got to use that belly tuck already. And here the toes might need to tuck under because now on the very tip of her chair, now she can push. And now she can find, is it fun? Yeah. And then she can start to bend down, take one knee toward the floor, then the other to meet it, one foot off at a time, etc. Okay, so feel it out for yourself. Don't kerplop, please. How'd that feel? Okay, so we're going to review it one more time. And then if you're up for it, we're going to take it to the wall. All right, so she's close to the chair. She's going to step up on it. She's already got her head base ready. Taking the other, so her shins are on it, but now she's going to tuck her toes under and place them closer to the front end of the chair, closer to her, but not where she's going to fall off or slip off. And now she firms her legs up. You can even take one foot away and send it to the sky. So take one foot off, send it to the sky. Ah, nicely done. Bring it back down. Can you try the other side? Everybody following along at home? Pause this if you need to. This isn't something that you can super flow through until you've got it, right? So just pause it, repeat it, play it, and then step one foot down. Yes, and then the other. Beautiful job. All right, guys. Now, other option. Remove your pictures from your wall. All right, so the other option is to use a wall, okay? And there's two ways to do that. So you can follow along and keep doing the other things, just setting it up, walking your toes in, walking your toes out, set it up, use a chair. The other options are over here. Hopefully you can still see me okay. So using a wall, because sometimes it feels sturdier than a chair, and I'll let you try this too. So you do your whole setup, okay, the elbow, cup, the gates, the whole thing. You want to be kind of close to your wall, almost like if I were in just a kneeling table position, my feet were touching the wall, okay? Then from there, I'm going to lengthen one leg, and the other foot's up. And then I'm going to walk up the wall and find my L shape with my body. How is it? Good. And then even here with my foot solidly on the wall, I can take one foot up and down. Take the other foot up and down. And then I can walk back down the wall. Ta-da! Want to try it? Feels a little different from a chair. They both have their great key points, I think. The chair makes you use your core, I feel, a lot more. The wall makes you use your upper body more. Okay, so she's in her table position. She's got her upper body set up, pushing the floor away. Her head carries no weight on it. And now she's going to put one foot up on the wall, like her footprint. Yep, and then her other foot on the wall. And then you can walk your feet down a little bit and find that L shape. How does it feel? Feels kind of fun, right? And then to come down, she's going to walk down the wall and unravel her head bind. Ta-da! What do you think, guys? Pretty good? I think so, right? Yeah. And then, of course, other options are, if it's in your practice, you just take your body up the wall. So go ahead and you can try the chair again if you want. So this time it would be your head facing the wall. And I honestly, if you've never tried this before, only try this if you've got a friend close by to help you. Otherwise, or wait till I'm around to help you. But if you've got a friend close by, or if it's in your practice, knock it out. Like I know Marlon's probably doing like 50 million tricks right now with his headstands, so whatever. Okay. Find your head bind. Doesn't change. Elbow cusp. Open the gates. Open the palms. Stick your head in. And I am right against the wall, almost. I'm only like an inch from my floorboard. Now, same principles. I have my table position. I'm going to push into my feet, stiffening my legs. And then I'm going to walk my toes in. And then from here, I'm going to start to hop and find the wall behind me. Don't kick it. Now you can let your butt touch, but then you want to start to unravel the body and see if you can find that inversion. And then when you're ready, you can just touch your heel to the floor. Use that wall to guide you down and in and up. Take that, neurosurgeon. Dr. Caruso now has evidence that I am doing things that he told me I would not be able to do. Ha ha. So, how to feel? Good? I always love it. And you get upside down. It's playful. Your lungs get a chance to reverse and just change that energy in the lungs. I think it's great. So use those things, practice them. Use this video to rewind and practice. I know it's not as flowy as most of the classes because these things really have to be broken down often for people to start to just find them accessible. So there you go. Start playing with getting upside down more and more. But we have another pose to do before Shavasana. So we're going to go into a supported fish pose. One of my favorites. It's in my Core Restore program because it just deliciously opens the body. I'm going to show you a couple of different variations of that. It is kinder on the lower back than the supported back bend that you saw earlier. Okay, so go ahead and get the chair out of the way. So a couple of options here. You can use a pillow, or like one of these husband pillows, or if you want something a little bit more invigorating, and if your spine can handle it, one sec. I got all the toys. I got all the toys at home. If you have a foam roller, I'll show you this option as well. Okay, so if you have a bolster or a pillow, you're going to set it up against your hips. And then you're going to roll yourself back, 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 back. And you're just going to open those arms up, let the feet go a little more open, and just chill. How's it feel? Like it's amazing, right? Just to be here. And to breathe. So the gateway of the lungs, that inspiration of the breath, right? The indwelling spirit, to just open up that diaphragm, to feel that expanse from that sternum up through all the way into the chest cavity and the expanse out. Now, you can have options here. The arms can be up and out. Some people need to really open up their armpits and that sort of thing. Other people might find it more nourishing to go out to the side. It gets a little bit more out of that shoulder impingement. Some people need to keep their elbows almost lower and take a low V so they really can open up the collarbone and the chest here. Now, Faith's going to stay still and enjoy this. I'm going to show you the foam roller option. So if you have a foam roller, you are going to use it lengthwise. The easiest way to do that is get right beside it, sit on the tip of it, And then you're going to roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time. And then your head needs to rest on it as well. And then here again, you just let your arms drift to either side. Your knees need to stay bent in this option. You don't want to lengthen your legs necessarily. You can, but it tends to push the sacrum a little bit. I mean, it just depends on your body. If it feels uncomfortable to lengthen your legs on the foam roller, if it's too much for your tailbone, then by all means, keep your knees bent. And you can even keep your feet wide and let your knees come in towards each other here. Some of you need that depending on your hip. So just take some deep, nourishing breaths here. Inviting that breath into the chest. We're not forcing a clavicle to open or a sternum to lift. It's just that diaphragm having space. And as it can expand and contract, you'll feel the lift of the chest, just as you feel the width of the waist. Sometimes, and the foam roller, it's a little bit harder. The foam roller, we tend to nod the chin. Yes, no, or just yes. It's hard to do. No, it's possible, but again, it's sometimes a little too much stimulation for folks. If you're on the pillow like Faith, it's very easy for you to just let your head flow to the left and then let your head flow to the right. And you really start to open up those neck muscles that like to hang on tight to those clavicles and cause tension headaches and the like. So letting that head roll side to side. If you are on a foam roller, while they're relaxing with their head rolling, we want to gently roll our body off the foam roller to the side. And then you can move it out of the way, or you can use it underneath of your knees for Shavasana if that feels lovely. Other options as we settle into Shavasana, you can use a pillow under your knees. You can keep the pillow under your head. And if it feels like her head or your head is too far back, if you take the tip of your pillow and just kind of roll it up and get your head a little bit higher than your heart, for some folks that feels really good. So if it feels like there's a little bit too much stretch happening, just elevate your head a bit more. You can stick a yoga block under the edge of your pillow. You can stick, you can roll your pillow, whatnot. For some of you, if you've got the foam roller, it's not uncommon to have it under your head. I find it a bit too much though. I like it underneath of my knees if I use it at all. And now we're going to just settle into that Shavasana space. Let your right toes go off to the right and your left to the left. Invite your palms to be open towards the sky. And as you breathe, start to relax the fingertips, feeling them curl naturally towards the palm. And as you take a deep breath into the body, let your exhale guide your eyes closed. And feel that your head and shoulders can start to relax their weight into the earth. And invite the heaviness of your shoulders and of your hips to settle. Experience your legs giving up the weight. Now I want you to imagine, if you will, that you have a gentle river, or perhaps even a gentle creek. And it is your breath. Allow your mind's eye to follow that breath. Keeping your eyes closed, continuing to follow that breath. Notice that it starts to still. That the bumpy parts, the rocky parts have passed. And allow your breath to start to settle into this non-constricted flow, gentle, lazy river, peaceful. And as you continue to allow that breath to flow with ease, a gentle flowing breath, allow your mind's eye to settle like a leaf on the current. Just allow that mind's eye to follow the leaf as it flows. And if you find that a current builds or a rapid of thoughts build, sending the leaf swirling, just bring it back to the breath. Calming the current. Watching the gentle bob and flow and swirl of the leaf. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it away. Invite another deep breath into the waist, into the belly. And exhale, sigh it away. As you breathe in again, start to gently wiggle through your fingers and toes. Start to stretch the soles of the feet and of the hands. Roll through the wrists and through the ankles. Maybe you start to take a stretch overhead and through the toes. Breathing in deeply, filling up the ribs, letting them lift, and then exhale, soften the body. Make your way gently onto your left side. And here, stay for 3 deep breaths. Another breath in and out. Once more. And then very gently start to push yourself upright to a seated position, moving whatever bolsters you need, settling into your bones. Good. Feet's right behind me. And here, just take a deep breath in. Lift the shoulders, exhale, let them roll back and away. Good, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Lovely work. This time, inhale, stretch the hands up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And here we'll stay for 3 breaths. The first breath, setting an intention of compassion for yourself. Breathing it in. Exhale, planting it deep within your belly, within your heart. On your next breath in, setting an intention of compassion for those in your immediate circle, friends and family, coworkers. Breathing it in. Exhale, sending it forth to them. And here, taking a deep breath in, an intention of compassion for the world beyond our reach. Breathe it in deeply. Exhale, send it forth. May your weekend find you rested, blissful. May you be filled with sukha, joy, shanti, peace. Namaste. Thanks for playing along, guys. Happy bonus workout for you guys on Facebook land. And maybe it'll still be here for you tomorrow. I don't know. And YouTube, it'll be here for you tomorrow. I don't know if it actually schedules or if it's actually showing it live or what the heck it's doing, but whatever. It's there. Okay? Beautiful. Oh, hey, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Sorry to drop you, YouTube. All right. It's also supposed to be showing at Saturday morning, 9:45. I don't really know how to use the whole schedule effect. So hey, Facebook, surprise! How was it?